If you've been doing push-ups for months, sweating, shaking, finishing every set with your chest burning, yet you look in the mirror and nothing changes, let me tell you something uncomfortable but freeing right now. That's bad genetics. It's not that you need more reps, and it's not bad you need more reps, and it's definitely not that push-ups don't work. It's one invisible mistake you're repeating on every single repetition. A mistake so common that even people who have trained for years make it without realizing it. And the moment you fix it today, not next week, not next month, today, your chest will start responding in a way you've probably never felt before. Because muscle growth doesn't start in the muscle, it starts in the brain, in how you load tension, how you control movement, and how you command your body to actually use the muscle you think you're training. And here's the shocking part most people never tell you. The majority of push-ups don't build chest at all. They build shoulders and triceps while the chest just passively moves along. And that single truth explains why your chest looks flat no matter how many reps you grind through. Because effort without correct tension is just fatigue, not growth. And once you understand that, everything changes. So stay with me, because in the next few minutes, you're going to discover how to feel your chest on every rep, how tiny changes in elbow position and hand angle decide whether your pecs grow or stay asleep, why your shoulders keep stealing the work, the exact tempo that signals your body to build muscle instead of just surviving the set, and how to apply all of this into a simple 7-day plan you can do at home with zero equipment. But before we go there, you need to understand why this mistake exists in the first place. Because once you see it, you can't unsee it, and you'll never train the same way again, and it starts with how the human body evolved. Because your chest wasn't designed to look big in the mirror. It was designed to bring your arms toward your body with force, to hug, to climb, to push heavy objects away. But modern training taught you to chase reps instead of tension, speed instead of control, numbers instead of sensation, and when you drop into push-ups and just bounce your body up and down, your nervous system takes the path of least resistance. It recruits the strongest, most efficient muscles and for the job, which for most people are the front delts and triceps, not the chest. And here's where it gets interesting. Because your chest can only fully activate when your brain believes it needs it. And most push-ups never create that demand. So the muscle stays quiet. And this is why two people can do the same exercise, the same reps, the same sets, and one grows while the other stays the same. Because one is loading the chest with intention and structure, and the other is just moving their body through space. So let's expose the first hidden error right now. The error that kills chest growth before the set even starts, elbow position. Because most people flare their elbows too much, or tuck them too much, without realizing the consequence. And when your elbows flare out excessively, your shoulders jump in and dominate the movement. When they tuck too close to your sides, your triceps take over. And in both cases, the chest loses leverage. The sweet spot is controlled, intentional elbow angle, roughly 45 degrees from your torso, not locked, not forced, but active, like you're trying to bend the floor inward with your arms. And that cue alone changes everything. But here's the mistake on top of the mistake. Hand placement. Because most people slap their hands down wherever feels comfortable, not realizing that small changes in hand position drastically alter muscle recruitment. And if your hands are too far forward, you shift stress into the shoulders. If they're too narrow, the triceps dominate. But when your hands sit slightly wider than shoulder width and angled just enough to allow external rotation, suddenly the chest fibers line up with the force you're producing. And this is where many people feel their chest for the first time, but don't celebrate yet. Because there's another layer most people miss, scapular control, and this is the silent chest killer. Because if your shoulder blades float around uncontrolled, your chest never reaches full contraction. So before every rep, you need to set your shoulders by gently pulling them down and together, not aggressively, just enough to create a stable base, because stability precedes strength, and strength precedes growth. And once your shoulders stop dancing around, your chest finally has something to push from. And now we reach the moment that separates people who grow from people who don't, tempo, because muscle doesn't respond to movement. It responds to tension over time, and fast, sloppy reps teach your body to escape tension, not embrace it. So if you drop down quickly and explode up, you feel tired but your chest never receives a growth signal. The ideal rhythm flips that script completely. 3 seconds down, controlled, deliberate, feeling the chest stretch under load. A brief pause at the bottom, where you don't relax but stay tight. Then a powerful push-up where you imagine squeezing your biceps toward each other. Because that mental image forces the chest to contract. And this isn't motivation, it's neuromuscular coordination. It's teaching your brain which muscle matters. And once you do this, push-ups feel completely different. Heavier, slower, more intense, even with fewer reps. And now you're probably wondering, if this works so well, why doesn't everyone talk about it? And the answer is simple. Because it's not flashy, it doesn't inflate rep counts, and it requires patience, but patience is exactly what muscle demands. And this is where we pivot into something even more powerful. Progressive overload without weights. Because growth only happens when the body senses a reason to adapt. And if you do the same push-ups the same way forever, your chest adapts and stops responding. But here's what most people don't realize. Overload doesn't mean adding weight. It means increasing difficulty through leverage, time under tension, and mechanical disadvantage. And this is where push-up variations become a chest-building weapon, not a beginner exercise. Because by elevating your feet, you shift more load onto the upper chest. By slowing the eccentric, you increase fiber recruitment. By pausing deeper, you eliminate momentum. And by narrowing or widening strategically, you target different regions of the chest. And suddenly, without any equipment, you have endless ways to force adaptation. But none of this matters if you train randomly. Which is why I want to give you a simple 7-day structure that removes guesswork and creates momentum. Because structure builds consistency, and consistency builds results. So imagine this. Day 1 focuses on slow-tempo standard push-ups, 4 sets, controlled, leaving 1 or 2 reps in reserve. Day 2 shifts to incline push-ups with feet elevated to bias the upper chest. Day 3 becomes active recovery, with light mobility and slow isometric holds at the bottom position to reinforce mind-muscle connection. Day 4 introduces deficit push-ups using books or blocks to increase stretch and tension. Day 5 revisits standard push-ups, but with longer pauses and fewer reps. Day 6 challenges you with wide push-ups to load the outer chest fibers, and Day 7 becomes full rest or light movement, allowing your chest to recover and grow. Because growth never happens during the workout, it happens when you rest. And here's another truth people hate hearing. If you train chest every day without recovery, you don't grow faster. You grow slower, because muscle is tissue, not motivation, and tissue needs time. And now let's talk about why your shoulders and triceps keep stealing the work. Because this frustrates so many people, and the reason isn't weakness, it's dominance. Those muscles are neurologically efficient. They jump in first, so you need to intentionally quiet them, and you do that by reducing lockout speed, by avoiding full elbow snap at the top, by keeping constant tension, and by thinking about bringing your upper arms across your chest instead of pushing the floor away. And that subtle mental shift changes recruitment patterns dramatically. And this is backed by EMG research showing that intent alters muscle activation, even when the movement stays the same. And now we're approaching the final transformation, because once technique, tempo, structure, and recovery align, something powerful happens. Your chest starts to swell, not overnight, but noticeably. Your push-ups feel heavier even though nothing external changed. Your posture improves, your shoulders feel healthier, and your confidence shifts because effort finally produces visible return. And this is where we circle back to the beginning. Because remember that frustration, that feeling of doing everything right and getting nothing back. That wasn't failure, that was misdirection. And the moment you correct the error, the moment you slow down, set your shoulders, place your hands with intention, control your elbows, and respect recovery, push-ups transform from a basic exercise into a chest-building tool that works anywhere, anytime, without excuses. And the real secret isn't the variation or the plan, or even the tempo. The real secret lies in ownership, in deciding that every rep has a purpose, that every set teaches your body something, and that growth is built through precision, not punishment. So the question now isn't whether push-ups can build your chest. You already know the answer. The question is whether you're willing to stop chasing reps and start chasing control. Because the moment you do, your chest will finally have no choice but to grow. If this opened your eyes, don't let it stop here. Apply it today and feel the difference on your very next set. If you want your chest to finally respond, commit to precision, not ego, and train with intention starting now. Drop a comment telling me which mistake you've been making without realizing it. Share this with someone who's stuck doing endless push-ups with 0 results. And subscribe, because the next video will show you how to scale this method to build a powerful upper body step by step.